Looks like Dragon Ball Daima is the theme for the global Dokkan celebration. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We got another Dokkan battle video for you here today. We are roughly 3 days from the start of the global Dokkan campaign countdown celebration, and we have already gotten the data download. And as expected, the countdown images for the campaign are in the data download, and they do seem to be pointing towards Dragon Ball Daima being the center of this celebration. So in this video, we're going to kind of break that down, as well as talk about a little bit of what we can expect to see and sort of why I believe this is hinting towards Daima. So we can see here, shout out to Proton10mg for the countdown images, by the way. We have the 7-day countdown, so this is going to start on the 30th, and the official campaign will start on the 7th, so 3 days from now. Now, the first day 1, or 7 days till the start, is the Shenron, with, you'll notice, Pilaf's castle in the background, so the beginning of Dragon Ball. The next image is Korin on day 6, Kami on day 5, King Kai on day 4, Kobito and Shen on day 3. Day 2, we have the Elder Kai, and then on the final day, the last day before the start of the campaign, we have Porunga. Now, you might be wondering, okay, well, how does this scream Daima? Well, there's a couple things. Number one, we have to take a look at the last 3 images, right? Because the last 3 images, usually only the first one, but for the sake of argument here, we'll use the last 3, right? So the last 3 images in these countdown campaign pretty much direct us towards where we should be looking in terms of the start of where these campaigns are going to begin. So we see that the last 3 images begin with the beginning of Majin Buu Saga at the World Tournament with Kobito and Shen. The next one follows, right, sort of mid Majin Buu Saga with Elder Kai and powering up Gohan, right, and then trading his life, right, for Goku to go back to the present world. And then, of course, we have the Porunga, which, if you guys remember, Porunga was used to wish to grant Goku extra power, not only to revive the people of Earth, but also to grant Goku extra power to utilize the Spirit Palm to take down Kid Buu. So the final pieces here are all sort of the ending of Majin Buu Saga. So typically with these with these countdown images, whatever saga immediately follows the last image is typically what the celebration ends up being about, right? If we look at previous campaigns, right, like if we look at this one, this is Worldwide 2022, the countdown campaign. If we look at the images here on screen, you guys can see that, where is it? All the way down at the bottom here, right? So it basically counted down from Goku's first interaction with Frieza, to the Spirit Bomb, Super Saiyan, full power, to him taking down Frieza. And then the very last image was pretty obvious, right, is Cooler showing up, right? That basically told us that Worldwide 2022 was to be Cooler celebration. Hey, and again, you might be wondering, okay, well, how does this mean Daima? Well, hold on. The next one, right, another good one here is the worldwide countdowns from last year. It was basically a countdown of all the movie bosses, starting from Dead Zone all the way to Android 13. The obvious thing is the very next movie after Android 13 is movie 8, which is the Broly movie. So that became extremely obvious, right? Another good example is the Future Trunks saga, right? If we look at the countdown images for worldwide for Future Trunks saga, right, it starts with the beginning of his story up to all the way up through Android Cell Saga, right? The death of Gohan, right? Him meeting, saying goodbye and returning to his present, his future, killing Cell, and then the beginning of the this is like the promotional art, right? For Dragon Ball Super, the beginning of the saga, right? And with the time machine here, this basically told us, all right, the next thing that's going to happen is he's going to bring Goku and Vegeta, and of course we know that this meant that part one was, of course, Vegito versus Zamasu. So this kind of worked out, and then I think 8th anniversary was also another really good one, right? Because right, the countdowns here all kind of counted down the series proper from beginning to end, ending with the 2 dragons that ended both series, right? Which we know that the end of GT and the end of Z both end with Goku making a wish to both revive the people of Earth and gather power for the Spirit Bomb, which this was the Spirit Bomb anniversary. So knowing that information, we can kind of conclude that this ending with Porunga means a wish is involved somehow, and really the only thing that could mean in the next series would have to be jumping into Daima, because we know that Super does not start with a wish, right? Well, I mean, no, it actually doesn't, because it goes straight into Battle of Gods. So, well, I guess they kind of make a wish in Battle of Gods, but I mean, the fact that it's Porunga at the end kind of screams Daima a little more to me. Another sort of key indicator here is the fact that it begins with Shenron and ends with Porunga. So if you guys have watched the full series of Daima, sort of spoilers here, right? The beginning of Daima begins with a wish made on Shenron to make all of the people to make all of the Z Fighters kids, and then kidnap Dende, and then it ends with a wish on the Dragon Balls in the Demon Realm, on their version of Porunga, who is still called Porunga, but he's just red. But it ends with their wish and to turn them back to adults. So that's kind of another key detail there. Another one is that, right, all of these characters here are aside from Korin, are characters with pointy ears who give Goku a power-up, right? King Kai, Kami, Kibito, and Shin. This is a bit of a stress, but I guess you could argue, right, they gave Goku they gave him the Patara, which I guess kind of counts as a power-up. Elder Kai, of course, trading his life, or you could just expand it to Z Fighters in general, right, where him powering up Gohan, and then of course the wish here. So that's kind of another way to look at it. Either way, right, the next jumping off point from the end here is more than likely Daima, and this is sort of further backed up by the new skill orbs that we're getting. So you guys know that we are getting this new event coming to global here. Where is it? I think it's here. This new challenge event here that's giving us skill orbs. Well, those skill orbs all deal with Battle of Fate, and if you guys have checked the where is it, the Daima event, right? Goma and therefore the Daima characters who fight him are all on Battle of Fate. So this is kind of a big indicator that Daima is likely to be the celebration given these skill orbs. So I'm pretty confident in this. In fact, I think most YouTubers are. I think I'm not the first person to probably mention this. You've probably seen a bunch of other people talk about this at first. But I will add one piece into this. So while I do think Daima is a shoo-in here, based on the information we have here, I would not personally discount GT just yet. You see, GT ends much the same way. It starts with a wish and ends with a wish, right? The wish to return to Kid from Emperor Pilaf, whose castle happens to be present here, right? And then it ends with the wish for the Spirit Bomb and to revive everyone who perished in the fight against the Shadow Dragons. Although that one's a stretch because that was Earth's Dragon they used to do that. So I wouldn't discount GT just yet, right? But it's I would say Daima's a shoo-in, and GT could be considered part of this theme. We won't know for sure. Just like with Daima starting directly after this final screen here, you could argue GT does the same, starting at the final screen. Both series also begin, right? Korin's Tower, Kami's Lookout, for that wish to occur. Although Daima does technically start at Trunks' birthday party at Bulma's house, so I mean, technically it starts there, but the actual wish is made upon the lookout. So you know, there could be something there about it, but I would say that I will definitely say Daima is a shoo-in, and GT could be you know, could be a likely supplemental, because I'm still not entirely sure Daima has enough to go with, at least for a full major celebration. I would say, based on the data downloads that we've had recently, I would say that Mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Goma, Third Eye Goma, are guaranteed to be part of it. I don't know that we're going to see adult Super Saiyan 4 just yet. It would be a shame for them to do adult first and then us get Mini later, just because then he's not going to be as hype as the adult, right? But they could always release him as a TUR later if they want to jump straight into the adult. But I'm still not confident that a full Daima celebration would have enough to carry it all the way through a big anniversary level. But, you know, they can surprise us. I mean, I'm excited to see what they do with this. I am excited to see what comes out of this, because there's a lot they could do, especially if we're knowing that they're going Daima Battle of Fate sort of deal, right? Because there's actually a lot to work with on Battle of Fate that could be used to buff this team. And I mean, just it's a long shot, but the fact that everything here seems to be pointing to wishes and end of series wishes, I mean, they could EZA the 8th anniversary LRs early. I don't think they would, but I mean, it kind of fits the theme that they're going with these countdown images, but I don't know. That's a bit of a stretch, but Battle of Fate definitely could use a lot of help, and with these two characters added to it, I definitely see them doing a lot with it during this celebration. So, guys, that is it for the video. Daima is pretty much confirmed for the Global Dokkan campaign. If you guys liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, what do you think these images mean? Are you convinced this is representative of Daima? Like I said, I'm not fully convinced that this fully sells Daima. The fact that it begins with a wish on Shenron and specifically Pilaf's castle in the background makes me think GT might be tied in somehow. But either way, both starting and ending with a wish definitely is, and the last sort of countdown images being from Majin Buu Saga, Daima being the jump off point, I definitely say that it will be a part of it. Whether it's the full celebration or not, can't say for certain just yet. So, guys, that's it for the video. If nothing else, thanks for watching, and aloha.